There's a quiet revolution brewing in Cupertino, and if the analysts are right, the way you buy your next iPhone could look fundamentally different from anything Apple has done before. Apple, the company that essentially invented the premium smartphone pricing playbook, may be reconsidering that very playbook. Reports and analysis circulating through financial circles, including detailed breakdowns on Seeking Alpha, suggest that Apple is weighing a significant shift in how it positions iPhone pricing across its lineup, and the implications of that shift are far more consequential than a simple number change on a product page. Let's start with the context. For years, Apple has operated on a very deliberate tiered pricing architecture. You have your entry-level model drawing in aspirational buyers, your mid-range option capturing the mainstream, and your Pro lineup sitting at the top, commanding prices that would have seemed absurd a decade ago. The iPhone 15 Pro Max, for instance, starts at $1,199. That's a price point that once belonged exclusively to luxury gadgets, not mass-market smartphones. And yet, Apple made it work. They made consumers accept it, even expect it. But here's where things get interesting. Market dynamics are shifting beneath Apple's feet in ways that can't be ignored. Samsung has aggressively repositioned its Galaxy S series with more competitive pricing in key international markets. Chinese manufacturers like Huawei have staged a remarkable comeback, particularly in China, which remains one of Apple's most critical revenue territories. Meanwhile, consumer spending in a post-pandemic, higher interest rate environment has become more cautious, more deliberate. People are thinking harder before spending over $1,000 on a phone. So what is Apple actually considering? The analysis points to a potential strategy where Apple either holds prices flat on entry and mid-tier models while adding more features to justify the value, or more boldly, introduces a new pricing tier that undercuts the current baseline to recapture market share it has been quietly losing in price-sensitive regions. Neither option is without risk. Dropping prices even slightly sends a signal to Wall Street that demand is softening, something Apple's stock price is extraordinarily sensitive to. Holding prices while increasing features compresses margins, which investors scrutinize with surgical precision every single quarter. There's also the ecosystem angle that rarely gets enough attention in these conversations. Apple doesn't just sell iPhones. It sells a gateway into a services ecosystem worth tens of billions of dollars annually: Apple Music, iCloud, Apple TV+, Apple Pay, the App Store. Every new iPhone user, regardless of which tier they enter at, becomes a potential services revenue stream. This is why some analysts argue that a lower entry price isn't a retreat, it's actually a long-term offensive move disguised as a concession. The timing of this potential strategy shift is also worth examining. With Apple Intelligence, Apple's ambitious artificial intelligence integration, rolling out across its device ecosystem, the company has a genuine narrative to justify whatever pricing decision it makes. If the AI features are compelling enough, premium pricing holds. If adoption feels sluggish and competitive pressure mounts, a pricing adjustment gives Apple cover to say they're democratizing access to cutting-edge technology rather than admitting competitive weakness. And that distinction between democratizing access and admitting weakness is everything in the world of consumer technology perception. What we're watching here isn't just a company tweaking numbers on a spreadsheet. We're watching Apple navigate one of the most delicate balancing acts in modern business, maintaining the luxury perception that drives its brand premium while staying relevant enough in a rapidly fragmenting global market to protect its installed base. The real question isn't whether Apple will change its pricing. The real question is whether Apple can change its pricing without changing what Apple actually means to the people who buy it.